Good evening, everyone. My name is Dan Allen. I'll be your co-host today for our Q&A session for our project. Your host will be Mr. Tito Oliva, and we're going to play a quick video just to kind of bring you up to speed. There's only about 9 minutes until the session starts, so we'll start exactly right at the top of the hour. So if you're forward in this, you probably only got to go about 8 minutes up. And if you're here with us, you're here with us. So I hopefully enjoy this video, and we'll be getting started exactly at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's an uphill battle. Along that road, you're not going to see too many friends. You're going to see your shadow most often. You got trust in the heart of hearts. Inside what you're doing, what you believe in, is a worthy cause, a winnable fight.
You can't shine like a diamond if you're not willing to get cut like a diamond. You don't compete against you. They ain't got nothing to do with your phone. It's all on you. When you get up in the morning, you say, you know what, I'm competing against that guy in America. They ain't got nothing to do with who I'm playing. Virginia Tech, LSU, it don't matter. Texas A&M, it don't matter. You're going to play somebody. How are you going to compete against you? The version you are today is good, but it ain't great, and it definitely ain't phenomenal. But if you listen to everything they teach you, you're willing to make some adjustments. It is nothing you can't have. Better is a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without one. You're not going to see a diamond that's risen before. Some of you will be at the next level, but not in this form you won't. Like if you really take your game to the next level, and whatever it is, sports, life, business, whatever it is, health, listen to me very closely. You got to change that mindset. Champions keep going when they don't have anything left in their tank. That's the difference between the greats. G said, some of y'all want this, you got to get that, because some of y'all want that. I'm like, oh, you ain't grinding no more. It ain't that you ain't got it. You remember the time, to be honest with me, high school maybe, college, you remember when you was like 100%, you was giving everything, every play, every down, before they had a card with your name on it. You will have what you want, be what you want, do what you want. What you want in that version, that person ain't gonna get it. This is a diamond, but this ain't how it started. Now, if you think the person you are right now is going to get you to this level, you've lost your mind. So listen to me. There's those of you who said, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be the best at this company, right? But your value system says you believe in sleep more than you believe in grinding. Your value system says you are a consumer and not a producer. And you're spending more money than you're making. Why? Because you're a consumer, but you're reading all the books and you're saying everything the books are saying, but those books are not in alignment with your value. And if you're going to go to the next level, your values are going to have to change. So when you talk, right? When you say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a track star, I want to be an artist, I want to be a rapper. Like whatever you say out of your mouth, that one word will require thousands of actions. Bruce Lee. My boy Bruce Lee put it back. He said, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do.
What was that? An exhibition. Emotional content.
I just need one thing from him. He said, yes, sir. Your A game. I said, my what? He said, your A game. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I understand. You come from privilege. So you got like maybe an A, and B, and a C game. Maybe your mom country club, I don't know. Your father owns a company, I don't know. But where you come from, you got A, B, and C. I get it. I said, let's do it very closely. My daughter wants to go to Harvard. You don't get it. My sister just had a baby and she ain't making no money. A game, all I got is an A game. I ain't got a B game. I ain't got a C game. When I finish, people are relying on me. Some of y'all, when you get on the field, you forgot. you to talk less. Listen to me, talk less and grind more, all right? When you get to the point where enough is enough, when you get to the point where it hurt real bad, when you get to the point you can't take it no more, when you get to that point, I'm telling you, I can't explain it to you. But doors start opening, opportunities start happening. But what you cannot do is you cannot quit during the process. It's not going to happen just because you said it, right? So, do me a huge favor. You wished enough wishing. You wished enough. You waited enough. Now let's get to work.
When you understand the why, man, then you learn football. You got to learn the why. Why is Coach calling this cover? Why are we running this play right now?
This is why I work. This is why I grind. This is why I work. This is why I grind. This is why I hustle. So the days I want to hit that alarm clock, I think about my why. That's what separates them. When they don't have no more, when it's over, when they're tired, when they're frustrated, when they're ready to give up, when they spent their last dime, that's when they get started. Are you hearing me? It's when you have nothing left. It's when you depleted all your money, when all your energy gone, when you have nothing left, that's when it's showtime.
So I made a pledge to myself that I don't care what it takes. I don't care what it may take. I'm not going to do anything illegal, but my mama would never have to work another day of her life. I created this image, this thing that you could imagine. You could love him or hate him, but he was pride. I knew I had the goods, I knew I had the work ethic, but I needed to secure myself enough that my mama would never have to work another day of her life.
My mama counting on me. My wife is counting on me. Listen to me, my daughter. I can't quit. I can't stop. I can't get tired. I can't give up. I can't give in. I wish I could tell you something else. I wish I could tell you you're tired, go take a break. I wish I could tell you you're tired, rest for a year. I wish I could tell you that it's going to get easier. I wish I could tell you it's going to get easier. I wish I could tell you that if you just keep going, it's going to get lighter. But that's not the truth. The truth is you got to find something within. You got to find something within, and that's got to push you, and that's got to elevate you, and that's got to drive you, and that's got to move you. And when you find out what your why is, and your why got to be deeper than you. When you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. When you find your why, you find a way to make it happen.
We all fall down in life.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dan Allen. I am right now changing the host. Tito, I'm sorry. I don't have the co-host on this system. So you're going to have to also grab your people as they're coming in. But so the host for the call today, ladies and gentlemen, is another person on the team, of course. His name is Mr. Tito Avila. If I mess it up, please correct me, Tito, so I can get it all the way down. And with this being said, ladies and gentlemen, here's your host. Tito, the call is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Allen. I appreciate that. What's going on, everybody? My name is Tito, as Mr. Allen just shared with everybody. I'm going to go ahead and first and foremost, I would like to share my screen. Mr. Allen, if you wouldn't mind helping me out with that, it says that screen sharing is disabled.
I made you the host, so try it again.
Let me see.
Hold up, wait. Did I make you the host? Let me make sure. Let me check myself so I'm not lying on nobody. Yeah, no, you're the host, sir. Try now.
No worries, no worries. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still getting disabled right now. Not sure why, but
look on my name and then see or DR Money Coach. See, does it say to make me host up?
One family will have a new
Dan, this is Eartha. It's showing that Miss Nona is the host.
Oh, okay. I messed that up. Nona, can you make Tito the host, please? Thank you, Auntie Eartha. That's exactly what happened. I make the wrong host.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nona, are you there? I swear it was at your name when I clicked the button and moved around on me or something.
No worries, no worries.
First time up, some technical difficulties caused by Mr. Allen. I take full responsibility. And we don't have
Nope.
Nona. Hold on. Let me leave myself out on call.
It's okay. We're breaking the ice. Yeah, just to share just a little bit about me briefly while we're just getting all this sorted out. I live in the great state of North Carolina, originally from Miami. Come from a Venezuelan family, lived in Venezuela throughout my youth, and been trading crypto and other assets for the past 4 years. Really started delving deep into the Forex market and into the day trading side of it over the last year. So before we begin, I definitely just want to be very clear and candid that, I am a student here as much as everybody else. If you listen to Coach Max, you listen to the master traders, one thing that you'll always notice is that they stay humble and they stay learning. To humble you, you know what I mean? So, if you listen to Coach Max, one of the other things that she says is the day that you stop being a student in these markets, they will once again make you one and humble you that way. So, that's that angle of it. I want to just say that, I will obviously do my best to answer everybody's questions. And it's possible that I may learn something too. So, just wanted to put that out there first and foremost. In the meantime, Miss Nona, are you able to transfer host? I think we got to get that over here so we can share our screen. Not sure if you're at your desk or not. What do you think, Miss? Should we reset? Oh, there we go. How you doing, Miss Nona?
I'm good. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to pass it to you now.
No worries.
Tito, that looks very nutritious.
I can't lie, man. My wife put me on the Purium stuff. This is that power shake, and it's got a lot of other good things she added to it. This is my brain food right here. So every morning I get down like that. This is
it increases your pip count.
Yes, sir, Scottie Pippen. Pippen made easy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we got a bunch of people.
You're the host.
Roger that. Thank you. All right, we got a lot on the waiting list here. Admit all. Okay. Yeah, we call this Dion. We call this agua verde, green water.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Okay, Sharon. Is that it?
That's
there
it.
We go. Okay, beautiful. All right, so while I'm on this screen, let me just get one more thing up and running here. Just get the chat on this screen. Okay. What I want to do, everybody, is if you got a question, please, let's start by going ahead and typing that in the chat. I also got to be on top of the people coming in here. So let me just get everything in order here. In the meantime, if you have a question, please go ahead and type it in the chat, and then we'll come around to it like that and take them one by one.
So Tito, since you're going through the chat, read the question out so that way when we on a recording, whoever comes behind us can know what the question that you're answering was.
Got it. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm catching everybody that's coming in here. Okay, here we go. Waiting. Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure I could see the waiting area still on this other screen. Okay, perfect. All right. You see here. Okay. Yeah, Nona. Yeah, I don't think that on this particular account we're able to do co-host. We tried that earlier, so
yeah, we didn't upgrade it yet. We got to fix it for next week. Then
yeah,
I'll play co-host.
yeah, no worries. I'll keep an eye on that and make sure everybody can get in here. I'll get an extra set of eyes for that. So yeah, as I said, if you got a question, please go ahead and drop it in the chat, and we'll go ahead and go down the list that way, one by one. More people coming in. Queen Ella Woods had said, yes, humility is key and the teacher is never greater. The teacher always stays the student. Amen. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Going in.
I have a question while we're putting it together. Why do you leave your volume indicator on? Is it a default setting or do you have a reason for it?
So it is a default setting initially when you join TradingView, when you have the charts up. I had taken it off for some time, and then I personally found the value in it, in that I personally have noticed a pattern in when a candle takes on a certain breakout, a certain length, hits a certain point with the volume itself. But for the purposes of this Q&A, I think I'm going to go ahead and just disable that. I don't think that's important. I'd like to stay within the scope of the Q&A as you know, you like to run it with Coach Max's program and her system as the center point to it. So I personally like volume as an extra confluence, but it's not, let's say, a central one per se, in my opinion.
No, decent. I've done it both ways. I was just wondering why you had yours, because I knew it was going to be. I was hoping that you were going to have a thought process that we all could glean from.
Yeah, and you know, the 20 pips and dip indicator is so powerful. There are so many confluences that you get in one indicator that the truth of the matter is that the volume, in my opinion, is not necessary, especially if you're working with 20 pips and dip.
Got it.
It's just, you know, but you know, it's an extra, it's an add-on. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got a question here from Veronica. Okay, good morning. As I was taking my classes, I came across the discovery of me having to choose a broker. I have no idea who to choose or where to even begin looking to advise. My understanding is we are not authorized to discuss those things on Zoom. Mr. Allen, if you have further input on that, please let us know. But my understanding is that's something that
whoever sponsored her, that's like a one-on-one conversation. So
right.
I believe I know who Veronica's sponsor is. So that's a who helped you get started question.
No doubt. Okay. All right. Can you walk us through what we are looking at? Cornelius asks, can you walk us through what we are looking at? Okay, so what we got on the screen right here, this is the 20 pips and dip indicator. This is available to you in your back office. If you go to the off view option on the menu on the left, I'll actually very quickly and briefly walk you through what that looks like, just to make sure everybody knows, because this is important, guys. This indicator, I came across this opportunity to learn from these specific traders, to learn Coach Max's method. This indicator for me is what really broke the ice to get me fully comfortable with broker trading and basically testing the methodology that is being offered here. So if you look here on the left side, you have this whole menu, right? This right here, trading view off. That's what you want to select. Okay. When you go here, follow the instructions, and it's really simple. You're just going to put your trading view username here and submit it. Okay. And then they're going to authorize you to have access to this indicator. This indicator, basically what it does is it outlines all of the basics of the 20 pips and dip indicator. It charts it out for you. Okay. Then some. It gives you a couple of extra things. It gives you these pivots, right? These pivot points that show you where the price is hitting lower lows, lower highs, higher lows. And it also shows you what's called the Renko reversal point, which is where you see these buys and sells. Okay, all of these confluences are designed to work together in such a way to where you can identify an entry point as per the 20 pips and dip method. Okay, we can get into what that method is, but that's just to give you a synopsis of what it is that we're looking at here. This is the indicator itself that Coach Max and David Lisiaga have put together for us. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Who else has some questions? Also, if you would like to be, if you prefer to ask the question out loud, just raise your hand and we'll go ahead and unmute you. I'm not sure if people are able to unmute themselves with the settings here or not, but what should my TraderView username be? If you haven't registered on TradingView yet, basically what you want to do is you want to go to tradingview.com first and foremost, right? I'm sure you know this already, but you want to make sure you're here. And then up here in this top right area, you're going to see the option to register, okay? And you want to make an account. It doesn't matter what username you pick, but just make sure it's one that, you know, is simple enough for you, easy. And make note of it because you're going to need it to get authorized to use this indicator and possibly other indicators that may come out in the future from Epic, okay? Okay, we got Queen Ella. You got your hand up.
Yes, great morning to everybody. Thank you, Dan and the team, for allowing Tito to come on here and show us this. I had a call come in, but I want to see whether or not you were able to show us how to take the trade alerts to place them on here.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
yeah.
the ones, the signals, they call them signals. How do you take the signal and then put it on to here?
Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you have Telegram Messenger on your mobile device?
You know what? I have it, but I'm working with Apple products, and for some reason, Safari is not allowing me to get into it from the office because, you know, we do have it on the dashboard where you can click in it and try to get signed up for it. It's not allowing me to do that. It's going saying that Safari doesn't support it. So I'm not sure what to do.
Okay. I can help you with that part offline about the because I have Apple products too.
I may have to just set it up on my Android. I guess that's why I have different phones. So I haven't tried it on there yet. So, but no, I'll get with you. Okay.
Yeah, definitely get with her. It's possible you may need to try with a different browser. What I will say as well is, you know, with charting and everything, you're going to want to have the option of doing your trading work and all that from a laptop or a computer. When you do
when I look at my laptop, it's not doing the same thing. So like you said, I might need to use the
okay.
Google. I might need to use Google browser for it, and I've been going through straight Safari, so I'll try that.
Yeah, try different browsers. It is a good idea to have Telegram on both your mobile device and your computer, in my opinion, because it gives you multiple points of access to those communications that we're receiving directly from the Dream Team. So just to kind of summarize what you are going to do in the back office as well, there is another one here, another menu item called Telegram. You're going to go in there on Telegram, right? And here it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. It's going to guide you through that process to get you in the Signals chat. Once you're in the Signals chat, coincidentally, yesterday, Coach Max released a video to specify exactly step-by-step how to input the signals into your broker and go ahead and use them. Okay,
and
so
that's
it's
where I'm
all
getting stuck
streamlined.
right
It's all
there.
very straightforward. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would say get the technical side figured out. You know, get with whoever you got to get with. Feel free to contact me as well if you need to, you know, get another point of support, and we'll get that figured out. But once you are in the Signals chat and you have access to all of that and you want to input it into your broker, it's all pretty straightforward. It's all worked out, you know, for you already by Coach Max and the team. So,
thank you.
Right. Not a problem. Okay. What else we got? It's 11:17. Okay. So we got roughly 13 minutes. Yeah, guys, this indicator is very powerful. I mean, the method in and of itself is something that is extremely valuable. I highly recommend learning how to do the 20 pips and dip strategy, even without the indicator. But the indicator is an excellent set of training wheels just to get you started. Okay, so you know, in essence, if you're not familiar with what the 20 pips and dip strategy is, basically all it is that you are finding an entry point. Okay, and once you find that entry point, you are going to set your take profit or your target at 20 pips. Okay, and pips is the unit of measurement on the distance that a candle or the price will travel. Okay, so it's really simply once you hit your target at 20 pips, you're out. And the philosophy behind that is that if you can hit 20 pips every time that you trade, whether you're trading daily or trading every now and then or whatever, that is a solid, simple goal that helps you to not be over trading, that helps you to get in and out of the market and out of harm's way, so to speak, so that your risk is as low as it can possibly be. Okay. So that in case you're not familiar with what 20 pips and dip is, that is the strategy that the architect, Coach Max, has laid out for us as an excellent, simple strategy to get started. And on this indicator, basically what you're looking at, to touch on some of these confluences, these red lines, these are resistance points, right? Where the price has hit and bounced back off. We'll call it the ceiling. And the green lines, right? They're really dots that make lines. Support points, right? So these support areas are the floor, so to speak, of price. Okay. And they create channels, right? And so within these channels, we watch the movement, and when movement does certain things or hits, let's call it a breakout point, we identify that, we confirm with various confluences that it's time, that it's a good time to go in, and then we set our target at 20 pips, okay? We also set our stop loss at 20 pips. That's kind of the default setting of this strategy. It's very simple. 20 pips up, 20 pips down. No matter what direction you're going, that's the default setting. To my understanding. And Mr. Allen, if you want to add anything to that, please feel free. But that's just the way that I was taught and the way that I execute this strategy for myself. Okay.
No, sir. It's your watch. You got it, Captain.
Hey, may I ask a question?
Please.
So if you're looking to just come in and get the 20 pips for the day, do you have to get them just off of one single position, one single trade, or can I, let's say somewhere, let's say get into, if I'm looking at the 20 pip and dip indicator, and there's a spot where it says, okay, sell now, and I sell now for maybe, I don't know, 5 pips or so. Can I, get my 20 pips that way, like 5, and then maybe jump in again later? Can I use that for this and get another 5 or 10 pips or whatever? Or this should be just one straight transaction to get my 20 pips?
So that's a good question. I would say that's not exactly the way that Coach Mac teaches it. That would be more of a strategy, more of a small pip scalping strategy. That's not to say it's wrong. There's no such thing as right or wrong in these markets. There are many different ways to go about it. But that's not exactly what the 20 pips and dip strategy is. The 20 pips and dip strategy is one trade, 20 pips. Okay. And that doesn't mean that you're going to see an opportunity for that every single time you go into the market. Okay. This is also very important. This is also something you're going to hear Coach Max talk about, which is that patience really is the key to success in these markets. Unless you see a very real possibility for 20 pips, it's ultimately, this strategy is probably not it for that moment in time. Okay. If you have a different strategy that you like or that you want to test and whatnot, there's nobody stopping you. I personally, I like to do all different types of strategies depending on what's happening at that exact moment in the market. But for the purposes of this Q&A, we want to keep it geared directly towards the 20 pips and dip strategy and this indicator, because it really is an excellent sort of simple way to get started in the market. And for me personally, it helped me immensely to have this as specifically for the Forex market, to have this as a platform to kind of build off of, right? So we want to have a foundation, a core. And I would say once you get really comfortable with this indicator and executing the strategy as outlined by Coach Max, adjusting it and adapting it to your personal style that you are going to discover over time is going to be easier and easier. Okay. But ultimately, to answer your question, that doesn't fall in line with this strategy, but right or wrong, let's say. It's just different. Okay.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
No, definitely. I appreciate that. And real quick, while you on it, I see you have it on the 1 hour. Is that where I should have it when I'm using this? I guess this this method or
yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question. That's a good question. So the very first thing that you want to do is what's called the top-down analysis. Okay, and there are various educational materials in your back office in the Epic University section that talk about how to do the top-down analysis. But in summary, the top-down analysis is something that you're going to do from, let's say, the highest time interval and work your way down. Now, basically, for me, what I like to use the weekly down to the daily, down to the 4 hour, and basing my execution on the analysis that I have done coming down to that point. And let me know if I cut out at all, because my connection may not be the most stable at this moment. I can repeat myself. Okay. When I get to the 1 hour, what I'm doing is I'm making a decision based on the analysis that I've done thus far on that top-down analysis. Okay. So I'm starting on the weekly. Okay. Looking at what's happening in the markets there, looking at the candlesticks, looking at the confluences, looking at the daily. Okay. Looking at the 4 hour. Okay. And then when I get to the 1 hour, I'm identifying what's happening here. And based on this central line, the blue line, which is the 50 EMA. I'm identifying whether there is opportunity for a breakout that's going to happen. Okay? And when price breaks and then closes above or below that line, I am making a decision to enter or to not enter based on the market conditions. Okay. And once I enter, what I'm going to do is, before I enter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue working my way down. Okay. And basically what you want to do is, let's say that I find a spot here where this closes UCAD here, right? USD CAD. Basically, let's say that it closes here under the 50 EMA. I set a vertical marker right there, okay? And then I'm gonna keep working my way down on the top-down analysis, okay? And this is how I'm gonna be able to confirm and identify whether or not I feel comfortable with entering the market at this particular moment in time, okay? I continue working my way down. And then once I get to the 5 minute, that's when I'm looking for the final confluence, which is if the same candle, the same group of candles that closed underneath the 50 EMA on the 1 hour, if I identify that on the 5 minute as being a clear entry point that is also under the 50 EMA, okay, then based on the other confluences and the analysis of those confluences, I may go ahead and enter there at that point, either on a sell or on a buy, okay? I may go short or I may go long. The idea ultimately is to get those 20 pips and then dip, right? Get out of the market. But that's just to answer your question on what time intervals you want to use, okay? The two that matter the most in this particular strategy, right, after your top-down analysis are the 1 hour and the 5. You want to find where it closes underneath the 50 EMA on the 1 hour and actually mark that and make your entry on the 5 minute. Okay, that's what we're doing here. That's the main thing that we want to focus on after our top-down analysis. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Yes, sir.
I just learned this watching one of the live trade sessions. Super decent. You see up there by your top where it says the F.R.E.E indicator, then it go over to the alarm clock to the right. Keep where you at. Go to the right. The alarm. Go one more to the right. Click that for me. Now go down to the vertical line you already made.
Okay.
Now click it there.
Look at that. I learned something too. Very cool.
That was phenomenal. So now if you press the play button, it'll show you how the rest of it play out like it already did in real life. But when you're looking to do your back testing, you can actually pretty much erase everything that happened to the right and then do your analysis from looking at it if it was in real time.
I love it. I love it. Very cool.
Live trading sessions on deck.
Yes, sir. Yeah, those live trading sessions are powerful, guys. Really, really, really good to catch those because especially now we got even more people on than we had before, more master traders, professionals, and they are just dropping so much sauce. It's impossible to contain and grab all of it, in time. It's just, it's a lot what this team is bringing us. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, Mr. Allen. That's a good one. What else do we got as far as questions go? We got, we're actually right here pretty much at the end of the half-hour mark. So Mr. Allen, you can let me know what you want to do at this point.
It's up to you, sir.
Okay.
It's out. It's up to you. It's your show.
Yes, sir. So if there are any more questions, let's go ahead. If not, we're going to go ahead and begin wrapping up here.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
All right. So just to, just to clarify things, you're saying that in order for us to, when we're doing our top-down analysis and everything, the candle, like if we're looking to take a buy or take a sell, the candle on the 1 hour has to close above the 50 or below the 50. And then when we drop down to the 5 minute, that's when we look to see whether that same confirmation is there also. before we think about getting into the trade. Is that correct?
That is correct. That's the way I understand the 20 pips and dip strategy. Is you're waiting for the candle to close on the 50 on the 1 hour, and then you zoom into the 5 and confirm that entry point is also doing the same thing, and make your decision to enter, starting with that bare minimum confluence.
Okay, now that makes a lot more sense, because I took a trade on Tuesday, I believe, and I think everything, when I dropped down to the 5 minute, everything was below the 50. So I think I wound up taking a sell. But you're saying you have to wait until the candle closes below the 50 on the hour and on the 5 minute in order for that to be a good confluence to go ahead and get into that trade at that particular time.
Yeah, that's a bare minimum, you know, and the thought process behind that, to my understanding, is that once you get a break, so the 50 EMA in and of itself is a very analyze it really on almost any time frame. It is such a key point. It is such a key point that you'll notice that price tends to bounce off of it fairly often. So for it to close on one side of it, then that's, you know, it's extremely important to mind what happens after that point. Okay, so for example, once it does close on the other side of the 50 EMA, that's significant, because like I said, it's a very significant support resistance point. So if it crosses that point, that's telling you something. The price is doing something significant, okay? Once you get down to the 5 minute, okay, and you see what's going on with price down on that time interval, you want to basically look at what's happening with market structure. You want to make sure that you get a clean close on the 5 minute as well underneath. If you don't have a clean close and it comes back the other way over the 50 EMA, you want to wait for the retest. Okay, you want a very clear candle that has closed on one side of the 50 EMA, the same side that it did on the 1 hour, and then make your decision to buy or sell based on that. There's other confluences that you want to take into account in market structure, including support and resistance. Okay, so it just takes time. You're going to have to put in the time to hone your ability to analyze market structure and look at where the breaks are happening in support and resistance. And, you know, more importantly, know what time of day you're doing this in, okay? Because you don't want to just trade at any time of day. I know Mr. Allen talks about this a lot. A lot of the coaches talk about this a lot. Make sure that you're getting the right amount of volume and that you're trading at the right time. Movement that you're seeing happening on the 1 hour and then on the 5 minute, when you're zooming in, right, to make that entry point, that price is giving you the indicators that it's going to do what you would like for it to do, and that you're managing your risk correctly, and that you're setting your take profit and your stop loss at 20 pips. Okay, I hope that makes sense.
Appreciate that. Yes, sir. It really does. That really helped a lot. Appreciate that.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
All right, everybody.
I had a question. I was looking over some of the material from Coach Max last night, well, this morning, because I'm one of the 2 a.m. people. She was stating that to be consistent and get in and make sure if we use the 20 pips on, we can use 20 pips theory on all of the markets, correct? So if I want to go in at 2 and then again at 7 and again then at 9, she was talking about the consistency. Can you kind of elaborate more on that?
So when you say consistency, as in consistency in practicing the method?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So the same way that there is no such thing as a right or wrong strategy, technically there is no such thing as a right or wrong time, okay? But you definitely want to take the time into account as a confluence of volume, because certain amounts of volume happen tend to happen at different times of day based on the markets that are opening, right? So whether you're talking about the Frankfurt market that opens at 2 a.m., London at 3 a.m., okay? The New York session that opens around 8 a.m., and then the Asia session that opens around, 8 p.m., between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm talking Eastern Standard Time for everybody. So the times that you're going to use the strategy in are not set in stone. The more you practice the strategy, the more it's going to teach you. And you are going to identify, the more you do it, the times of day that it works best for you on the pairs that you are trading, okay? Because as many of the coaches also say, each pair has its own sort of personality, has its own movement and price action characteristics, tendencies, and whatnot. So I would say that the consistency that Coach Max is probably referring to is more just on being present in your trades, and not just kind of doing it sloppily. Okay. Consistently coming in, going through your top-down analysis process, really looking at market structure, studying it, and then identifying your entry points and exit points consistently. Okay, being consistent with whatever time you like to do it. Maybe you like to trade Asia Pacific, but definitely make sure that you're developing good habits and consistent habits, because habits are the name of the game in this market, guys. That's really what it is. Whatever habits you develop are key. The habit of keeping a trading journal, that is the most underrated habit in these markets. Okay, so consistently logging your activity and what you're learning, and doing things in the most, let's say, in the most consistent way, right? For lack of a better word, and over again, and then just, adjusting it as you do.
I had one other thing because I'm more of a, I'm sorry.
No problem. Go ahead.
I'm more of a builder, so I haven't actually taken to do this. So I'm kind of like the baby here right now again, because this, when I listened to her and she was stating that you just have to show up, it took to my heart that I need to just show up. This is what my product is, and this is what I want to be able to share that I actually know about. And Dan, he's gone over that with us. It's just the realness of it is that I'm sure when she's doing the classes, she's saying, how do you have all these people, but no one's really here? No one's showing up, and this is what you're paying every month for, so we can teach you how to win in this industry called Forex. So the questions I'm asking you right now is basically because we do have a lot of people that are interested. They want to do this, but it's very intimidating. And like I said, I'm trying to learn some of the lingo because at the time when I got in this, I was more so trying to get the numbers versus really learning the system. Now today is really why I got on here, because I really am ready to hone in it and learn it and become the best in it, because I know we have some of the best leaders in the industry that's really, really, like you said, are consistent at what they do, and they're not just talking about it. So the only other thing I wanted to learn was when I asked you earlier about I did get on the Chrome and I was able to access the Telegram, etc. So when you get to the Telegram for the cut and paste, so you can learn how to place those trade alerts, that's one question. And then the second one is, once you get to learn about the trade alerts and how to place them, can you use those same trade alerts for each market if you want to go into two different markets from 2 a.m. or 7 a.m.?
Okay, so could you just clarify the last
part? The last one is those trade alerts that come inside the Telegram that we can cut and paste. Can we use those twice, or is it we can only use it one time?
Okay, so so the first thing is, as far as well, let me first say I 100% feel you as far as the hurdle, the initial hurdle of getting into the markets and just going for it, okay? And the intimidation that a lot of people experience with that. That is 100% normal. The most difficult step is the first step always, okay? So on that end of it, this company and specifically Coach Max has laid out the easiest way to eliminate that hurdle or to shrink it as much as possible so that when you take that first step, it's not as scary as maybe your mind is making you think it is. You know, we have access to something that's extremely powerful and gives us a very streamlined way of just going ahead and getting in these markets and really ultimately not having anything to lose, because when you come in, you should be coming in on demo mode. Okay, you should be using your broker's practice option, which pretty much every broker offers, and just do the work. Okay, so it should not actually be as intimidating as it can seem. That's first and foremost. As far as the signals go, you know, as I mentioned, really what you want to do is just you know, get the technical stuff out of the way, make sure you can get Telegram Messenger, make sure you can get into the signals channel as per how it's outlined in your back office. Are in the signals channel and you are receiving those trade alerts. You know, the trade alerts are typically good for no more than, let's say, max, I would say 30 minutes after they come out. That's even a lot. I would say no more than 15 minutes. Okay. And a lot of times the actual person sending out the trade alert will tell you the exact number of what your entry price should be. Right. So whenever you come in to take that alert, you can confirm that you're on time by looking at where price is before you come into that trade. Okay. That's something that is, to me, a bare minimum. You don't, I mean, it's ideally when you take a trade alert, you're not just taking it and plugging it in. Ideally, you're taking it as an opportunity to learn from what's happening in the market at that time, because that professional obviously saw something that gave them the confidence to send out this signal to thousands of people. So that's how I look at every signal, is I take the signal and before I actually go for it, I want to look at what's happening in the market, see if I can identify the confluence that they're seeing and see if I even agree, because sometimes you may look at the trade and say, I'm not sure if I feel as confident about taking. Okay, so that's what I would say about that. In the process of doing that, you're going to see where price is. You're going to be able to identify whether or not you are in time to be able to catch that trade. If that trade alert comes out as the price is moving and it's really moving, you may be too late just within a few minutes. Okay, so that's up to the individual. That's our responsibility as students and as the people that are receiving these alerts to do our homework and our due diligence and making sure that we are executing these trades in the smartest way possible. Okay. I hope that helps, but definitely get with your
Yes,
leader.
that did. I appreciate that so much. And I also, I'm getting these like emails, you know, this is sad, but this is the only time I have to ask. So I'm getting these emails and it's saying it's volatile. And I think it's coming from Trading View. And it's telling me about these, I guess, is that the signals? Is that telling me about the market and what's going on with it?
Yeah, if you're getting emails from TradingView, you know, or from any Forex website or whatever that's telling you what's happening in the market, a lot of websites do that just to kind of incentivize you to get in there and take a look at what's going on.
Okay.
If price moves in a certain way, a lot of times they will send you those emails, but those are not directly relevant to what's happening in the signals channel or with the Dream Team or Coach Max or whatever. You know, that those are just emails to kind of tell you what's going on.
Okay. And the last one is how do you get into the ENN? I have new people and I'm not real sure how to bring them into the Epic network on trading on the Telegram. That's the last question.
Oh, on the Telegram. Okay, so everybody should be able to access ENN in their back office. So let me just go in here one more time here. I know that they're constantly updating the back office, so things have moved around a little bit. So let me just see if we can still get to that link through here.
Telegram is on your menu now, Tito. Go to the menu, Telegram.
Yeah, I caught that. The only thing is, my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, here is that this is just for the signals, right? This is just for the signals channel.
So when you go in there and you put in who you are in that part 4 and 5, it asks you which Telegram group you want to get in. And then
it lets you choose now. Okay.
Then you go back in and do it again, and you answer. You come back and do it again, you answer. So 3 weeks ago, it was exactly where you were looking at it. Now it's that one link, and then you get access when you want to come in.
Okay, yeah. So they've been keeping everything really fresh and updated regularly. So things are kind of shifting as we go. This is the way to do it now. You come here to the Telegram tab, and this takes care of all of it. You can get in the ENN as well as the signals chat through there. You should be able to get there, no problem.
Number 6, where it says,
I know I just did it, but because I had to do it on my laptop through Google, but it takes you to Telegram. However, I'm gonna look at it again. I think you're right, Dan. I think you're right. Let me look again.
Yeah, they did add this 6th option here, so that
right.
Makes sense. So click the 2 or 3 buttons to join all the chats. So it should all be there. Really, in your case, Queen, it could just be a situation of the technical side that you got to figure out on Telegram first. Get that worked out. Once you do, everything else should be pretty straightforward and smooth.
Okay, I have it already. It's just that I have people coming in new that's asking how to get it, and I really, it just popped up on mine. So, but I'm gonna have them go through that tab. So we'll work it out. Thanks again.
Not
Appreciate
a problem.
it. Mm-hmm.
No problem. Okay. All right, everybody. We're at 11:47. We're well past the usual time here. There were a couple of questions here that I got privately that we're not going to be able to get to, and they're honestly probably a little bit too technical anyway. Those are probably better for the live trading sessions. If you want to actually analyze trades and whatnot, and do some more in-depth, more intermediate type of charting and stuff like that, a good opportunity is to take those to the live trading sessions. But if we get more time for next week, and if Mr. Allen honors me with some more time to share with you guys, I'll be glad to do that, and I'm sure he'll be as well.
can you take a screenshot of that? I'll probably get myself. No, I got it myself. I'm gonna screenshot it, and I'm gonna see if we can put it in the Telegram group. I mean the GP group. I'm sorry.
Got it. Not a problem. Not a problem. So yes, thank you all once again for your time and for coming on here.
Tito.
Yes, sir.
I apologize. I just wanted to tell you how much we appreciate you, sir, and pouring in your knowledge to the organization, because you didn't have to, and it's not connected to your direct money. So I just appreciate your servant's heart, and we know this is just the beginning of a long journey. I'll say this though, guys, you have trust the process. Trust the process. Coach Max has laid this thing out where it's a layup or a slam dunk for all of us if we take it step by step. First, go through your university. Week 1, week 2, right? Everything is laid out. And if we come here every Saturday to ask questions about what we've learned and not what we're trying to learn, I think it will have a much smoother, not only Saturday Q&A, but we'll probably get more from it because you've already gotten some of the basics, and you can ask even better questions once you're here with the guys who are already trading. So again, I appreciate you, Tito, my brother. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Not a problem, bro. Yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm all about the family, and hey, man, we're at the end of the day, this is all one. You know what I mean? This is one, and we're doing this together. So it's my pleasure. This is my joy as well, as a student myself, to share what I've picked up on so far. So absolutely, I appreciate the opportunity to do more of that. So thank you all once again. Mr. Allen, I'm going to go ahead and turn it to you as far as the recording and all that, just to make sure we close this out smoothly. So you can let me know how the best way to do that at this point.
The recording is going to just turn off when we stop, so it's still your show. You can pass it to Rambus so you can let everybody know about what's going on for the rest of the day. And then after that, just give your goodbyes and then end the call. Nice and easy.
Roger that. Cool. Okay. Mr. Rambus, is there anything else you would like to add in here as far as what's—
sir. Yes, sir. Well, you know, let me do what I do. Let me get my Don King promotion on.
Yes.
Okay. So right now, guys, this is, like I mentioned, the first step in a long journey. And we have our very first training today from a corporate perspective. It's called a Super Saturday. If you've never done a home-based business, you might not know what that is, but it is where you get the nuts and bolts of how to either grow your business on the residual side. And guess what? Coach Max is also going to be there for the traders. So we get to launch the company today officially and get all the bells and whistles and nuts and bolts of what we're trying to develop here, so we can all have this Ferrari of a vehicle to change our lives. So not only do I encourage you to be there as a student with your pen and pad and take some copious notes, but if you want to explode your business, you want to have everybody on your team plugged in to this Saturday training. And it's going to be epic, to say the least. I'm looking forward to it, guys, because there's so much more stuff and tools. I mean, I don't even know if you guys have seen all the tools that we have. Aside from just trading, the business building, the lead capture pages, we just got so much stuff for $99. Anybody who doesn't want to take this for $99 doesn't understand the value. We have a multi-million dollar business vehicle for less than what you pay for a cell phone or a cable bill. So appreciate you again, Mr. Allen. Appreciate you as well, Tito. Guys, promote like crazy to get everybody you can on today's training. Opportunity.epictrading.com. Okay, it starts here in just a couple of hours. I believe it's 1 to 3 o'clock, 1 to 3 o'clock. Get plugged in. Appreciate you again. See you guys over the top.
Tito, do me a favor. Go to your back office for a second. Mr. Rambus just sparked something in my spirit. Go to your back office for 1 second. I need to borrow 3 minutes of everybody's life. Presentations, under recognition.
Oh.
No worries. Scroll down. Right there where it says, what is Forex? So you can copy it if you wanted to, but just for this here, I wanted to just have it be for everybody's experience of what is Forex. So play that for us. It's about 3 minutes long. Tito, then just end the call for me.
100%. Everybody, take Mr. Rambus's advice. Give yourself that opportunity to take the time, make the time to look at the tools that are here, everybody. I see this on my team. People don't necessarily always do that. Give yourself the gift of looking at what you are investing in here, because it's a lot and there is a lot to come. So, you know, it's well worth your time to go ahead and do that.
If you've ever traveled to a foreign country, you may have needed to exchange your money. If so, you've already participated in Forex trading. Forex is the short form of foreign exchange. Well, Forex is a bit more than that. For example, companies buy goods from other countries. In order to buy them, they need to obtain the local currency first, just like us when going on holiday. The difference is they will exchange huge amounts. When these companies exchange these huge amounts, they will actually move the price because of the demand of the currency that they need increases. When the demand increases, the price increases. With all this exchanging going on around the world, the exchange rates constantly move. This is how it works. When currencies are exchanged, they have a certain price, the exchange rate. As in any market, the price of a currency is determined by the law of supply and demand. If there are many people or companies that want to change euros into dollars, the price of the dollar will rise against the euro, and so the exchange rate will change. Let's use an everyday example to explain how you can actually profit from this. Say you live in Europe and went on holiday to the United States. Let's say that you change your 500 euros into US dollars at a rate of $1.4 for every euro. You got 700 US dollars, but you do not spend any money at all. So you still have $700 after you come back. After the exchange rate moves from 1.4 to 1.3, instead of getting just 500 euro back, you actually get 538.5 euros. You have gained 38.5 euros simply from holding your money in dollars while the exchange rate changed. This is essentially how we trade in the Forex market. We buy a certain amount of a currency, hold on to it whilst the exchange rate moves, then change it back, making money along the way. How to decide when the right time to buy and sell is exactly what we teach you throughout the rest of our learning lessons. As you can imagine, traveling a lot and saving a bit of money in your holiday budget and then exchanging it, it's not really a practical approach to trading currencies. Fortunately, there is an easier way to do this. You could trade currency through online exchange offices called brokers. What this means is that you could exchange currencies online throughout the day and take advantage of the constantly fluctuating exchange rates. Just as in the example of when you went on holiday, you could buy different currencies and make a profit as the exchange rates change. This is trading the Forex market. Trading Forex online with the broker has many benefits. You could trade Forex from your home or anywhere that you have an internet connection. The Forex market never sleeps. It is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And so you could suit your daily routine. You do not need a huge budget to get started. As little as $150 is enough to begin trading and building your account over time. Of course, it will require some learning until you get there, but this is exactly what we teach how to master at Epic Trading. To help you learn how to trade in a way that could suit your individual lifestyle, and to help you navigate your way through the Forex market.
All right, thank you all once again for coming, and have a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. Don't miss that call here in a couple of hours, okay? Thank you so much, everybody. Much love.
So this would be a one-bedroom apartment, like what you job.